Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. We are moments away from what should be an excellent matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Cincinnati Bengals. With that, let's get up to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. For the call, we bring in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
From the banks of the Ohio River, there's a look at Paul Brown Stadium here in Cincinnati, Ohio. This crowd loves their orange and black. The scene just a short time ago, they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football as the Bengals get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the former Texas Christian University Horned Frog, Andy Dalton.
A day one starter his rookie year. He also won a whole lot of games as well. First 5 years, the Bengals went to the playoffs each and every year. Continues to evolve as a quarterback, learning how to work around a running game, an offensive line, and receivers that continue to develop.
The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. First drive for this offense today, and our first chance to get a look at Tyler Eifert.
And he's part of the new wave of tight ends in the NFL. They use them in every position, sometimes even by themselves as a wide receiver.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he's got some space here. And still fighting. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 45. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there.
It looks way too easy right now. 2 carries, 2 straight first down runs. The eyes are carrying the legs to the proper hole, but they're being created by an offensive line that has the leverage game going for them right now. Lower than the defensive front, creating space, and he's finding it in a big way. Gotta love what they're doing on offense right now.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dalton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10. Following the interception, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes this down deep into Cincinnati territory. A big play there, Cousins to Thielen, and even 40 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The linebacker, Preston Brown, brings him down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Cousins to his tight end Rudolph for a Viking first down. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you.
They'll run with Cook. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
When you try to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Cousins. And that is incomplete. Sean Williams there defensively to break that one up.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
On now is Kai Forbath to try the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Forbath will put this one through, and the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting ready to go again. Here's Andy Dalton marching back onto the field. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. He'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Dalton here from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So on 4th down, on comes the left-footed punter, Kevin Huber, to punt it away. Marcus Sherrill's back deep for Minnesota. A big boot that time, 57 yards the official distance. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Second down, Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Morgan. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. The Vikings are in the lead early. We'll return to Cincinnati after this. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. So on fourth down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. Alex Erickson deep for Cincinnati. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here.
And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 15. They'll begin here with Bernard. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Mixon. Mixon hit, and the ball is out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On 2nd down, Cook. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd and goal, Cook waiting in the backfield all alone. They'll run for it with Cook. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They hold him again, and now all of a sudden it's 3rd and goal at the 1.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now they'll run. Murray. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And Forbath will put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Forbath now to kick it away after the made field goal. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And Dalton to throw. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Cincinnati after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime report.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd, here's an option play right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Here's Kevin Huber now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Geno Atkins breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 19. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. Here's Ryan Quigley now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. Getting set to go again, Andy Dalton marches back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Dalton on the draw to Mixon. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Now the Bengals on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw, and Eifert has it. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you gotta expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They go play action here on first down. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. A first down throw for Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And now it's second down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Here's Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Vikings on third down. Not good, 0 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Cousins again. too long, a coverage sack, down he goes. Michael Johnson in there to get him for a loss of 9, and that'll lead to 4th down.
That's be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the 3rd quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5, and the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. So here are the Bengals now as they get their first possession of this 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, all right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Operating from the gun. Dalton, he's got his man, Boyd. And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
3rd down from the gun, Dalton. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
A give. This is Cook. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Back now in Cincinnati. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Cousins. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals offense now, they head back onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. From the gun, Dalton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Anthony Barr in there to get him for a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Operating from the gun, Dalton. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now the Bengals on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, Dalton. And that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Sherrills to return it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action. Cousins. He's going to float this one deep right side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at the 20. Their D gets the INT. Now what can Dalton do? And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Dalton. It's caught. Left side, Brandon LaFell. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Dalton. Complete to the right side, it's Eifert. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Dalton to his big target, Eifert, for the Cincinnati first. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so you know I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Andy Dalton now perfect since the 2nd half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Another chance for Dalton. And over the middle, it's LaFell. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. This will be Dalton again. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Andy Dalton now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. And it'll be Dalton again. And a right side completion here by LaFell. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And again, Andy Dalton to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. His big tight end, Tyler Eifert, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave them with a 4th down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. Big 4th down here. It's Dalton, and that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. And now the Bengal defense here calling a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That was 2nd down run for Murray. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. The Vikings on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here's Ryan Quigley now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And out now, here come the Bengals. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. Runs through the contact. And he comes back with one complete. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Now the Bengals urging everybody to get back to the line of scrimmage. They'll look to throw. And this is incomplete. The former Pro Bowl linebacker Anthony Barr there to jar it free. This defense so strong all afternoon long. Well executed again there.
This is a group that really functions well off of each other. No matter what the assignment, the other person fills in the exact proper spot. They've made it very, very hard for them to find open places to throw the football.
Now the Bengals on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just one more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. He's back to throw. And that's complete to LaFell. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. One crisis averted, but they still need to move hastily. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Sheldon Richardson in there to take him down, and the clock will roll. Big spot, Andy Dalton. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, and certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Two huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die fourth down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. It was Andrew Sendejo from a strong safety spot able to make the play. So they had to take the shot there. Obviously, that was pretty much it, their last chance.
No other play for them, right? I mean, there's no other choice. It's not like you can have some strategy move, right? Punt it away and hope it. No, that's what they had to do. Right now, that offensive unit, they're pretty discouraged on the sidelines. They're going to feel like they let the team down in that situation, but they were in a tough spot to begin with.
And with no timeouts now, they just need a miracle.
Yeah, an absolute miracle. If the team that has the ball, just find a way to run out the clock, take care of the ball, and go home a winner.
Cousins is going to take this one down to a knee and end it. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cincinnati.